Hello, my discussion is about the 1939 Nomonhan incident. The Nomonhan incident was a Soviet-Japanese conflict that occurred in Outer Mongolia from May through December 1939. It began as a minor border clash and quickly escalated into a short but intense war, resulting in a disastrous Japanese defeat. Nomonhan influenced World War II significantly. Most importantly, it induced the Japanese Imperial General Staff to drive south into the Dutch East Indies rather than north through Mongolia into Siberia to secure resources. This entailed war with America and necessitated the 7 December 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor. I found no dissertations discussing Nomonhan. I did find two theses. These were the Nomonhan conflict in the International Tokyo War Crimes Trial, submitted in 1965 by Galen C. Fox to the University of Oregon, and the Chang Kufang and Nomonhan incidents, the undeclared border war and its impact on World War II, submitted to the University of Texas of El Paso in 2014. Bloch begins by discussing the origins of Soviet-Japanese conflict. He discusses the 1905 Russo-Japanese War, which led to Russian expulsion from and Japanese occupation of southern Manchuria. He discusses the Japanese intervention of 1918 to 1922 in Russia during the Russian Civil War, and he discusses the 1931 Mukden incident, which resulted in Japanese occupation of northern Manchuria, bringing Japanese forces into contact with Soviet forces along the ill-defined Soviet-Mongolian-Chinese border. The inevitable border clashes that followed led to the Nomonhan incident. Bloch 2014, 6-8, 9, and 10-12. Bloch considers the Japanese defeat in the Changkufeng incident of 1938 and concludes that Japanese military leaders failed to recognize both Soviet superiority and Japanese military deficiencies, and this would come back to haunt them at Nomonhan. Bloch 2014, 19, 28-29. He then examines the Nomonhan conflict and its impact on World War II and concludes his thesis with a discussion of the Soviet invasion of Manchuria in August 1945. Fox briefly discusses Nomonhan before examining the International Military Tribunal for the Far East. He recounts Japanese arguments challenging the legality of the tribunal and denouncing the proceedings as having been, quote, created by the victors for revenge against the vanquished, end quote. Fox 1965-12. The prosecution responded that, quote, there had always been methods to punish those who were the originators of aggressive war, end quote, and that the tribunal sought to secure justice and avert future aggressive wars. Fox 1965, 13-14. 7 charges relating to Nomonhan were introduced, though the tribunal discarded all but one. This one charged conspiring to wage aggressive war against the Soviet Union and the Mongolian People's Republic. Fox 1965, 16-17. Fox examines first the prosecution's, then the defense's case, discussing defendants, witnesses, and evidence presented, followed by a discussion of the decisions handed down by the tribunal. Of 14 defendants, only 3 were convicted on the charge relating to Nomonhan. Fox 1965, 101. Fox presents an interesting aspect of Nomonhan, the part it played in the Tokyo War Crimes trial. Bloch's thesis is a straightforward account of the conflict, though he makes 2 important points. He notes Japan's intervention in Russia during the Russian Civil War as a factor in Soviet-Japanese conflict, and he notes that Japan's limited involvement in World War I led to a failure to appreciate advances in weapons and warfare and a failure to modernize the Japanese army. Bloch 2014, 9-3. Fox relies on primary sources including government documents, such as the official record of the tribunal, contemporary news articles, legal journals, books and articles, and an unpublished 1953 thesis entitled The Changkufeng Incident in the Tokyo International War Crimes Trial. Fox 1965, 121-123. Bloch uses more primary sources, including government documents, personal memoirs, and news articles, as well as numerous books and journal articles. Both theses are well-researched, thoughtful studies of the Nomonhan incident. Thank you.